That is the Honghai song sung for the first time in Spanish and played in public. Dear guests, please be seated. The event is about to begin in 5 minutes.
Prepare for landing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Honghai Tech Day.
everyone. To friends sitting in this room, and also to friends watching online. It's a great honor to have such great minds sitting in this room together to celebrate our 6th HTD. And first of all, I would like to introduce to you, our very, very special VIP, our founder, Terry. And this is, very special period for the founder, and really appreciate that for him to take this time to join our HHTD. This shows a great support and a great, endorsement of our HHTD. I really appreciate it, and from the bottom of my heart, and I would like to give you my deepest condolences. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, please have a seat. This is very special. And I think without our founder, Foxconn Group would not be like this. So once again, I appreciate our founders for his hard work in the last 50 more years to build the Foxconn like this. Okay. But to start, I would like to bring you back a little bit to where we started in the past. Okay, so let me start with something simple. A look at the final products Foxconn has built over the years. Final products. In the last 30 years, I think Foxconn started building final products 30 years ago. It was about 1996. We built more than 1,000 final products in the last 30 years. Smartphones, servers, monitors, networking gears, EVs, consumer electronics. The list goes on and on. Every time people see this, the reaction is always the same. Wow, so many of them. That reaction is great. But many people still think Foxconn is only a system assembler. Today, I want to show you why that picture is incomplete. Why vertical integration is actually Foxconn's hidden strength. Our competitive edge is built on technology, manufacturing, and process engineering. These are the capabilities we use to build the future, component by component, material by material. We have a lot of product lines. Let me use only 3 of them for today: smartphones, AI servers, and EVs, to show you how deep our capability goes. Let's start with the device you probably have in your pocket, a smartphone. A smartphone is a miracle of precision. Inside are metal and glass housing, measured in microns. Camera modules as complex as miniature optical labs. And the precision of the camera module will have to be within 10 micron. 10 micron. And the PCBs, antennas, thermal parts, power modules, and sensors. And so besides the system, all of these components are also made by Foxconn. You're probably not aware of this. Yeah. Actually, what's inside of the cell phone, almost 60% of the components are made by Foxconn. So we're not just a system assembler. We make components. We can, not only we make components, we also delivered over 1 million phones in one day. 1 million phones a day. Can you believe that? That's the scale that we can do. That requires a lot of manufacturing engineering besides precision processing engineering. To make all this at massive scale, we rely on precision machining. All these precision machining measures in microns. Of course, comparing to TSMC, they're in nanometers. We're in microns. But imagine this is visible. You can see the metal by your eyes. But with semiconductors, you can't see it. Okay. So in micron, that tells you how precise that metal work has to be. And also the optical alignment. As I mentioned, for cameras, the alignment will have to be done so accurately in 10 micron. The accuracy of the camera module in 10 micron. And also, in order to do all these phones, we have to do also the PCBs as SMT processes. And talking about SMT processes, we have more than 1,500 precision SMT lines. More than 1,500 SMT lines. Can you believe that? Is a lot of machines. And we had to maintain them so that they can work perfectly and consistently in order to produce 1 million phones a day. Okay. Of course, when you touch your phone, the smoothness of the surface finishing is another technology that Foxconn has. The surface finishing, that requires some technology goes down to like, 0.8 microns. So, Foxconn is not just a system assembler. We have a lot of processing technologies that you don't know about. Not to mention, in order to build parts, the parts will have to design with some technologies in order for the parts to meet the standards or meet the requirements. Next, I'd like to introduce to you about the AI product lines. AI is very hot, very, very hot. I have to tell you how many racks that we can do in a week. 1,000 racks that we can do in a week. And it's increasing. For next year, it will be more. Imagine 1,000 racks. Each rack probably has more than 72 GPUs. If we look at our partner from NVIDIA, they like it. Because the GPU, the number of GPUs, the more we use, the more the business that they will have. AI systems, an AI server or rack looks simple from the outside. It looks simple from the outside. You probably can look, later in our booth. It looks simple, but it has very high density GPU boards, very, very high density GPU boards. These GPU boards, in the past, when we think about the PCBs, 4 layers, 6 layers, when we started with PC motherboards. 6 layers, probably, that would be the thickness, the thickest board that we experienced. But with AI GPU boards, now it's about 10 times, about 60 layers of PCBs in order to support the GPUs. Has billions of processing stuff inside of the GPU. Of course, because of this kind of the high density of computing, the liquid cooling or the cooling pads is also something, a must. And we also do the cooling stuff. And not that many people or customers know about this. When we heard a lot of our suppliers, they're mentioning about their heat sink or cooling expertise, but we already have it. And we already provide our solutions to our customers. Not to mention the power shelves, bus bars, high-speed connectors. All this surround this rack. We can do. Not to count the GPUs or CPUs, they will account for about 40 to 50% of the parts for the racks that we can provide by ourselves. That tells you we are not just a simple system assembler. We have technologies to support the systems. Okay, and next, we're going to show you about our EVs. The third example, although the EVs, the volumes are just about at the outsourcing breaking point. What do I mean by that? The outsourcing breaking point. By that I mean, we learned from the PC world. When the entry barrier is getting lower and lower, then you will have more and more competition. And the result of that is that, the price competition, the time to market competition will be shorter and shorter. So when that starts to happen, the division of work for the industry will change. Sometimes I call it the compact moment in the PC era. Compact. I think founders, you remember the compact. We did the very first system for compact. And that caused all, it becomes a disruptive change for the PC industry. I remember a lot of PC makers at that time, they make their own PCs. They're proud of making it by themselves. Just like the current EV OEMs, they're all very proud of making cars by themselves. But when the competition is becoming so strong, the time to cost, time to market, and time to technologies become so short, they can't do everything the way they used to do. They had to rethink about how to redivision the labor. And we have an example. We have a successful example in the PC industry and in the phone industry. So I think the EV is going to happen the similar way. And we are going to be ready for that. So that moment will be coming very, very soon. And same for the EVs. Not only we build the car, we also build the body and chassis systems. ECUs, power electronics, battery packs, motors, infotainment, and the display modules. Thermal modules, metal structures, and mechanical parts. We combine the large-scale metal forming, CNC, or by the way, the CNC machines that Foxconn has more than 100,000 CNC machines that Foxconn uses internally. 100,000 of them. So with CNC precision tooling and the electronics manufacturing, energy systems, and full vehicle integration, the EV example is a perfect for why Foxconn is far more than a final assembler. You can, later today, you can go out and try to touch and feel about our EVs. I think when you guys come in, you already saw a lot of EVs that Foxconn has done. Okay. Try to, not just look at from the outside, and please appreciate a lot of components of Foxconn inside. You familiar with that term? Something inside. Something inside. So in the future, we're going to pronounce Foxconn inside for our systems. Okay. All of these capabilities rely on outstanding manufacturing management. More than 100,000, as I mentioned, CNC machines, over 1,500 SMT lines. And that is what results in about 1 million phones that we can do a day, and 1,000 racks that we can do in a week. Our goal is not simply to make things. Our goal is to enable industries to move faster, to shorten their time to market, and time to cost, and time to technologies, especially for the AI data center industry today. We need to speed it up, right? How do we speed it up? The vertical integration capability is so important. I think our customers, our partner also experienced in the past, if you have to work with so many suppliers to resolve a problem, it's going to take you a lot of, not just the complexity, but also the time that you're going to spend in coordinating among all these suppliers. But Foxconn can do it. So with that, it tells you, Foxconn is not just a simple system assembler. We are component manufacturers that enables your system. And with technologies, not just on parts design, but also processing and manufacturing technologies. And look into the future, besides what we can do today and what we have done in the past. Our鴻海Research Institute is pushing the frontier technologies, which you will also experience it. We have 5 research centers and 1 laboratory. And we're going to demonstrate their work in the advanced technology session in our booth. We're now working on quantum computing. The technology that we focus on is trapped ion technologies. There, we are going to show you the QPU module that we have done so far. We're able to trap more than 20 ions today. 20 ions. Okay. And we're also working on the high voltage process, the silicon carbide semiconductor process. In our lab, we are now able to produce the silicon carbide with the break voltage up to 6,000 volts. 6,000! Wow. That means it can operate at 3,000 volts, far more than you need for the EV and the AI data center. That tells you how capable our technology can become. And also, we'll be showing you the Fox brand. The Fox brand is focusing on the traditional Chinese language, LLM. We're currently also working on some ideologies with Confucius ideologies that we're going to train this brand to have. At the bottom of this technologies, besides answering your questions, they have to tell what's right from wrong, right? So, and that's very, very important. And so far, the LLMs, they tend not be able to tell you what is right, what is not right. And with our research, hopefully in the future, the system is able to tell you from the Confucius ideology's point of view what is right and wrong. So I think that would be amazing, right? So in the future, you don't have to worry too much about your kids, asking questions and they answer it in a way that you are not able to accept. Okay. So these efforts, all the efforts that I just mentioned, Foxconn keeps moving up the value chain to have a faster, deeper, and more forward-looking. When we share and collaborate and strive, we don't just build products. We build momentum. The momentum to drive, to have a shorter time to market, time to cost, and time to technologies. And our vertical integrated foundation enables deep collaboration with world-class technology leaders, which you will be hearing them very quickly. With world-class technology leaders, partners we rely on, who will rely on us because they know that Foxconn can turn ideas into reality. And that's very, very important. Okay. You can have a lot of design engineers. They can have great ideas. Yeah. I remember our friend Johnny Ive, when they make their phones, they can draw very nice picture of a phone, but they can't realize it. So, with Foxconn, we try to make their dream come true, okay, by realizing their ideas. This morning, you're going to hear about our next level of AI and NVIDIA cloud partners. You will also hear about our collaboration towards level 4, autonomous driving from the recent announcement with NVIDIA, Uber, and Stellantis. Imagine, we're going to run our level 4 robo-taxi in Taipei with this technology running on the car built by Foxconn. Would that be fantastic? With IBM, we'll look at the quantum technologies, okay, and also the AI together, which can elevate the future AGI. Okay. With NVIDIA and ABB Robotics, we're going to discuss physical AI in industrial manufacturing. And you'll be hearing about our work on the AI robotics platform with Alphabet's Intrinsic. Okay. Foxconn's innovative CDMS business model for EVs will be in the spotlights with Japan's Mitsubishi FUSO, which you will be hearing what they're going to do in Japan. But also, we're going to show you, the EVs that Foxconn has designed for the Japan market. We understand that innovation doesn't happen in isolation. None of this would be possible without our partners and colleagues. One of our newest partners is OpenAI. In very short years, it is amazing the achievements OpenAI has made. You will hear from Sam. You will hear from Sam himself. But he is not present in person. He has a video recording from him about strengthening the supply chain with a new class of AI hardware together with Foxconn. I can't wait to hear about all the powerful partnerships to kick off our fantastic lineup this morning. Let me welcome my great friend, Alphabet's Chief Product Officer of Other Bets, Hiroshi Lockheimer.
Thank you, Young, for that warm welcome. I'm very excited to join you all at Honhai Tech Day. Foxconn is an important partner to Google and Alphabet, and our collaboration has helped bring to life some of the most important technological innovations of the past decade. We're grateful for the close partnership and are proud of the great products we've built together. AI is a once-in-a-lifetime technology. We're still in the early days, but we believe AI will be the most profound shift of our lifetimes. It will spur innovation, opportunity, and growth in industries and economies around the world, fundamentally shaping the future in exciting ways. Our partnership is at the forefront of this innovation as we bring together Alphabet's world-class AI and Foxconn's pioneering 3+3+3 strategy to unlock new opportunities. First, smart manufacturing. This is a really exciting space, and we're working together to combine our advanced AI and robotics platforms with Foxconn's deep manufacturing expertise. Together, we aim to build the factory of the future and solve the most difficult challenges in industrial automation and production. We have exciting developments to announce, so please watch this space. Next, smart EVs. In support of Foxconn's contract design and manufacturing service model, we're integrating Gemini to deliver enhanced navigation experiences for Foxconn's electric vehicles, helping to shape the future of the automotive industry. And finally, AI transformation. Gemini is already serving as a powerhouse for efficiency and innovation within Foxconn. Through Google Cloud, our partnership is strengthening global digital resilience, enhancing cybersecurity, and boosting productivity, serving as a great foundation for 3 smart platforms. On top of all this, we're also working together to support local industry and talent. Foxconn joined Google's Project Hatcher program supporting Taiwan's startup community. Google also participated in Foxconn's summer intern program, offering joint training. The potential of AI is immense, and I'm excited to see what our partnership will build for the future. Congratulations to the Foxconn team on a great Hanhai Tech Day. Back to you, Young.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible way to start this year's Honghai Tech Day. A message from our partner, a special appearance by our founder, and a visionary keynote by our chairman, Young Leo. It would thus only be appropriate for me to introduce our next speaker, the CEO of VisionBay, my friend, Neo Yao.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Neo, CEO of VisionBay. I believe many of you are wondering who we are. We are a unit of Foxconn, but you know us better as a trusted NVIDIA cloud partner, responsible for massive AI factory being constructed that produces intelligence. In simple terms, we are talking about a huge amount of compute power. It is not only the essential energy driving the next generation of AI innovation, but also an important engine of Foxconn's three major platforms: smart manufacturing, smart EV, and smart city. Do you remember the news from last month? Foxconn just announced a $1.4 billion investment in AI data center. Well, our chairman entrusted me with that big numbers. And suddenly, I found my personal valuation just jumped to $1.4 billion. That is amazing. But more importantly, I came to realize I have been given a much bigger mission. That is to drive the second growth curve of Foxconn's AI business. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we plan to deploy 27 megawatt with GB300 in the first half of next year. That will be the largest advanced GPU cluster in Taiwan, and also the first GB300 AI data center in APAC. Let's take a look at the video.
The question is not whether the age of AI will change, but how quickly we will shape that revolution. Can we accelerate a future where intelligence fuels your creativity and breakthrough success? At the Intelligence Epicenter, we turn vision into reality. The AI native powerhouse drives what's next. VisionBay, a trusted NVIDIA cloud partner in Taiwan, fueling the AI factory that powers the innovation. High performance, reliable, and cost-efficient cloud for every AI frontier. With the rise of AI, we power progress from factories to cities to mobility. Where AI pioneers converge and co-create, building a sovereign AI state, empowering an AI-native era. Smarter, faster, together.
Awesome, right? When we look back at human history, we see our journey evolve from muscle, the age of stone, to machine, the age of industry, to connection, the age of information, and now to intelligence, the age of AI. AI will once again reshape how we live and how business operate. And AI infrastructure will be the fundamental of this momentum. By 2030, global AI infrastructure will reach $5.2 trillion. That is incredible numbers. And AI compute demand from 2025 to 2030 will grow 3.5 times. What does that mean? That means AI will be one of the most valuable industries of the future. So we will start from Taiwan, building a complete sovereign AI solutions to empower the whole AI ecosystem development across Asia. We plan to realize these visions through 3 key dimensions: cost competitive, rapid deployment, and application integration. VisionBay will unite Foxconn's manufacturing, design, and supply chain capabilities to deliver the most competitive hardware. Besides, we secure key resources and integrate from infrastructure to application. So AI data center can deploy faster, and we bridge the compute with real AI adoption, helping our customers, the enterprises, turn ideas into impact. The next wave of technological and economic power is being created by us. This will not only expedite the whole R&D development, but also drive the industry and economic growth. The most important thing is that provides the ecosystem to foster AI talents across the whole industries. We believe that is the foundation of competitiveness, securing nations' technology autonomy and data security. However, as we move into the AI era, Taiwan still faces several challenges that need to be solved. Today, I would like to introduce my good friend Alexis from NVIDIA to share her insight on this issue and the potential solutions. Hi, Alexis.
Hi.
I'm glad to be with you on the stage today. Actually, I have one question for you. From your perspective, what kind of mindset shift do Taiwanese companies need to get ready for the AI era?
First off, thank you, Neo, for having us here. It's a great question. As you know, AI is transforming all industries. Every part of the supply chain needs to think through the impact of AI. As we enter the GPU-driven AI data center area, the barriers to infrastructure construction have risen significantly. In terms of capital investment, building standards, and power requirements. For example, deploying a 10,000 GPU AI data center, like what we're doing together, costs around $1.4 billion US. It consumes 27 megawatts of power and needs floor loading of 1.9 tons per rack. That's for an advanced GB300 NVL72 system for every rack. So in context, 2 tons per rack is more than double the existing conventional data center racks. And 2 tons, for reference, is about the weight of your average SUV. In addition, liquid cooling has become the main stage design architecture for advanced GPU clusters. It means that the difficulty of AI data center deployments for enterprises and public sectors has increased significantly, adding complexity to the operation and maintenance. And as GPU technology development accelerates, building individual facilities may no longer make economic sense. In fact, renting compute resources may offer a far better return on investment, enabling flexibility and enabling companies to scale their compute according to both product and business cycles. So through Foxconn's strategic partnership with NVIDIA and our vertically integrated supply chain, we could deploy advanced AI infrastructure much faster to meet all of our customer needs. Due to a lack of advanced AI infrastructure facilities, Taiwan enterprises in particular are facing efficiency challenges while they're competing with their global peers. And while leading nations are developing sovereign AI and empowering industries through computing power, our Taiwanese companies, they are at risk of falling behind. So, yes, so it's beyond large corporations. Taiwan has over 1.6 million medium and small-sized enterprises that are struggling right now and striving to upgrade and transform. Our goal is we aim to help these businesses by understanding the workflows that they deploy in their businesses, by integrating AI into their existing processes, a workflow plus AI approach. This will enhance operational efficiency and profitability for the customers. Currently, most AI cloud computing data in Taiwan requires the use of overseas computing resources. This, as we've suggested before, this exposes a potential security risk to Taiwan's enterprises and government. Therefore, we plan to build a secure local computing center in Taiwan together, which is the concept of sovereign AI. This allows Taiwan's domain knowledge and key technology data to remain local and ensure data security. NVIDIA and Foxconn's goal is clear. We want to build a fast and easy-to-use, cost-effective AI solution. In the future, we'll further integrate server manufacturing, facility deployment, and operational capabilities to ensure not only a faster time to market, but optimal compute performance and energy efficiency. VisionBay will also build an NVIDIA-centric marketplace platform, integrating other strategic partners and Foxconn's AI application so that all industries can easily integrate AI into their workflows. Combining facilities, operations, and AI application platforms, VisionBay is able to strengthen their position as a leading AI factory solution provider. So Neo, what's your next step?
Alexis, thank you. Actually, we have seen a lot of opportunities in AI. We are committed to building the complete AI ecosystem and expand to the world. We welcome more partners to join us on this great and exciting journey. Let's build AI future together. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I can't wait to see what VisionBay achieves next, and I'm very proud that NVIDIA can be a part of it. NVIDIA has gone through a similar transformation. We've transformed from a graphics chip company to a systems company, and then to a data center company, and now an AI infrastructure company. We've repositioned ourselves from a technology and GPU supplier to a foundational provider for AI compute platforms and infrastructure. In some sense, it represents a more expansive view of our entire value chain, and we're empowering organizations with AI factories, but also building the foundational infrastructure for AI factories, encompassing GPU clusters, software ecosystems, global data centers, power grids, and investment partners. So it's partners like Foxconn and VisionBay from鴻海Group that are becoming more critical than ever before as we enable a broader set of partners to join us across the AI infrastructure ecosystem. You already have deep relationships in world-class manufacturing, supply chain, and more, which will be critical as we continue our AI mission together.
Good. It is an honor to be here with you and share our vision for the future. So let's do it together.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for the listening.
Thank you, Neo. Thank you, Neo. It's a really nice job. Ladies and gentlemen, our conversation on artificial intelligence does not stop there. So it is my pleasure, and if you can please welcome with a very warm, roaring applause, Jesse, the head of AI and quantum computing for Honghai Technology Group.
Morning, everyone. Our esteemed founder, chairman, and all distinguished guests here. Good morning. My name is Jesse Chow. Great to see you again. I see many similar faces here. My name is Jesse Chow, and I'm the head of AI and quantum computing from the corporate business development. 2 years ago, our chairman and the man, Jensen Huang, were on the same stage in Honghai Tech Day. I still remember it was the first time they started mentioning these magic words, AI factory. Back then, everyone talked about what AI factory really was. It sparked a lot of lively discussions. And today, I'm excited to share how far we've come since then, from the imagination to the real impact it brings. Today, we're inviting one of the oldest and greatest company in the world, which has lasted for more than a century. Foxconn still have 50 years to chase. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our new collaboration, IBM, International Business Machines. Why IBM? Why IBM in the AI industries? This is a big company, of course. They understand the transformations very well. That's how they last long for these centuries. But with a mindset to continually transform itself, IBM has remained strong in this rapidly changing world. There's no more suitable to tell us how to survive and thrive in this huge AI transition. I think it's one big step forward to the realizations of our AI factories. As for the next step, we will need to bring AI factories to everyone, to the enterprises, to all the startups, to the developers, and even to the governments. We're invited our strategic partner to tell us more on AI for enterprises and how to collaborate in this space. Please welcome Hans Deckers, General Manager of Asia Pacific. Welcome, Hans.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Foxconn team, everyone, thanks for having me. It's actually great, Jesse, to be here. Thank you.
Hans, welcome. We all know that IBM is at the frontier of the technologies. We have seen it in the past 100 years. Maybe not just by us, it's by many people. Please, could you tell us what IBM is doing today on AI and all these key emerging technologies?
So sure thing. I mean, a lot has happened. For over 100 years, IBM and all of our clients have been transforming. We know about the geopolitical headwinds, but all these uncertainties bring a tremendous amount of opportunity. For IBM, it's always be, and it will always be, client first. And when you look at the hot topics today in this world, Jesse, it's sovereignty, as we just heard, data, control, flexibility.
Yes.
How do you stay there? Now, we can't do this alone. And this is why partnerships together with Foxconn, together with other parties, is so important to assist clients on their journeys. If I pivot a little bit to IBM, IBM is really focused today on 3 emerging technologies. You see them behind me. Artificial intelligence for the enterprise and government, hybrid cloud, and a new emerging technology that is coming, which we call quantum computing. Now, Jesse, maybe we could dive into quantum a little bit?
Yes, I think quantum is also another very exciting trend, right? Tell us more about quantum. I think IBM is leading in this space for decades, correct? And I'd like to see how you see the visions of quantum and also maybe how to, fuse with the AI factories together.
So, 3 emerging technologies, as I said. The latest one that is on the brink, if you're an optimist, quantum will be there in 2 years. If you're a pessimist, it's 4 years. So take your pick.
Wow, 4 years.
If you look at the quantum roadmap, and IBM has been on this track, IBM Research, for decades, we see that by 2025 we will have the first fault-tolerant quantum computer. Quantum will not replace classical computing.
Yes.
It will be a combination. They will supplement each other and accelerate AI. And a lot of this is already coming to the forefront. We've been working with many different institutions, including large banks, where we already see 34% higher accuracy rate in bond trading algorithms versus traditional compute.
Oh, wow.
So a whole new world is opening itself up.
Wow. So there's banks or enterprise start adapting with this quantum algorithm and to optimize their workloads. Oh my, that's very advanced, right? So I think it's also a very different IBM indeed, right? Which is why Foxconn is keen to work with organizations like IBM to realize our visions of the technological future. Next question. What are the challenges that you're seeing today on the AI adoption for enterprises?
Right. So let's maybe first ground ourselves in 5 common challenges we see in the boardrooms with enterprises.
Okay.
And then I'll talk a little bit on how we collectively can solve it. So the first problem or challenge we see everywhere is that every big enterprise has multiple infrastructures to manage, on-premise, off-premise, and they haven't really found a way to properly integrate them. Second, data. Data has been exploding for decades, but only very few companies have actually extracted the right amount of value from it.
True.
Thirdly, many enterprises have seen a lack of automation. So with the new technologies, data exploding, infrastructures being everywhere, without proper automation, it's very, very difficult to manage. The fourth one, and these are all compounding challenges, is a lack of skills. New technologies are emerging. Companies have a very, very difficult time to keep up with skills, which combines you into the fifth challenge, which is really security. If you have these 4 not properly managed, you open yourself up to potential security challenges. Now, we've been working these challenges with enterprises and governments, and this is really what brings us to the chart behind us. We've been working and collaborating with Foxconn and other providers to create an integrated stack. So at the bottom, you'll have infrastructure and AI compute. Then you'll have a hybrid cloud layer using Red Hat OpenShift, a very open platform. Then really it's a data layer that we've been adding using open source software, where really the data of our clients is the data of our clients. Then we built AI models, very specific, unique models, domain specific for the enterprise.
Yes.
We then provide orchestration for agents, but also for assistants. And that all comes together in what we call a collection of use cases. And those use cases is ultimately where enterprises extract the value. These use cases will be the AI factory, as we're discussing.
AI App Store.
AI App Store.
AI App Stores. That's interesting. I really like the word, AI App Stores. We're starting with AI like a tool. We try to do something on top of that, and of course, to enhance the efficiency of the enterprises. So I have to say, very few technology providers have these horizontal views like IBM, right? So to provide a comprehensive approach towards AI value creations. But how do you go about helping enterprise utilizing these technologies?
Right. So in the last, I would say, 2 years, we've been applying a lot of this technology that I just talked you through to ourselves. As an IBM company, we're a very big enterprise, operate in 170 countries. And we've been applying this to ourselves, and we call ourselves Client Zero.
Client Zero.
Now, we apply this technology to our workflows, to our processes, and what we've realized, and we see this with a lot of our clients, we're all organized vertically. We're organized by geography, organized by product. We're very siloed in nature. It comes from an old GE setup post-Second World War. And everything we have in the enterprises from an organizational setup is vertically.
Yep.
But when you really look at unlocking AI, you have to take a very horizontal approach, almost a workflow approach.
Yep.
And the approach we've taken and we've distilled from it is eliminating first operational complexities, simplifying end-to-end workflows, then automating all of the manual tasks, and then we start with infusing AI across all operations. Many clients, Jesse, start at step 4. They forget the first 3.
Wow, you basically started AI transformation from yourself.
No.
That is cool. But what are the learnings you think we can adapt to bring this to the AI factories now we are creating in Taiwan? Can you talk a bit about more on this IBM Client Zero use cases?
All right. So, again, over the last few years, we've been applying this technology to ourselves. And we've been able to save in productivity gains $4.5 billion.
$4.5 billion?
Billion dollars within the IBM company.
Within the IBM. Wow.
And
we should have applause here. Oh my gosh. 4.5 billion is money saving.
Now, we've implemented AI across 70 workflows, enterprise workflows that cut across all of these silos. This is where you really can extract value for the enterprise. We're very optimistic about what we could do together with clients using the AI examples and the factory we just talked about. And it really sets the right foundation for culture, platforms, governance to drive success. We've been able to do it in our company. We're doing it with clients. And I believe with the right partnerships, we can bring it to the rest of the world.
Thank you. I think applying this Client Zero approach is really a smart idea, which makes this use case more persuasive. It just needs by you and change the ways of working. And that's how they tell you, the IBMs tell you, and we tell you together that how we change things. To wrap things up, I want to talk about the future. What's your view on the impact of Foxconn's AI factory to our clients? Our clients here, right? The ecosystems and also Taiwan.
I think applying Client Zero approach, these use cases, is allowing all of us, right, enterprises, governments, the ecosystems, companies in Taiwan, but also outside, to really take all of that and be in a unique position to horizontally integrate the enterprise and therewith extract massive value from all of these technologies. Cut across the silos, and for us, right, collectively, the realization of the AI App Store is really becoming the use case store for all of the enterprises to start using.
I think so, yes, to cut the silos. So what's the final one message you want to leave with all these audiences?
So first of all, I have to congratulate Foxconn. It's fantastic to be
Thank
here.
you.
It's fantastic to see all of the innovations that Foxconn is bringing. We, as a company, have been in Taiwan for 70 years, and we're looking forward to be there in the decades ahead. IBM will continue to invest into Taiwan's future, and there are a few things that are really important, and I saw it already in the previous presentation. Sovereignty, how do we secure it? And I believe the factory will absolutely help. The power of partnerships, nobody can do it alone, and together we will be stronger. And maybe thirdly, it's really bringing this reimagination to impact, which is the core of this discussion.
I think so. I think sovereignty is the big turns also for the future.
Right.
Thank you, Hans.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's keep it up for Jesse. Great job. And yes, in case you didn't notice, we do high fives here at Foxconn. And also, I have moved from that position to this position here because I am transferring over from as your MC to now the person who has the pleasure to guide you through 2 talks. Not just 1, but 2. And I also now have to introduce myself. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Schlager, Head of Corporate Communications for Foxconn in the United States, working closely with our Chief Product Officer, Jerry Xiao, on initiatives across North America. And it is my absolute pleasure to be here with all of you here today to introduce our next segment. As the chairman alluded, this is a very exciting day, but it's also a very exciting moment. Because what will be shared has not been advertised on our Honghai Tech Day website or our Honghai Tech Day mobile app. And at this very moment, in both the United States and Asia Pacific, news is breaking if you have not already seen it. News is breaking if you have not already seen it. But for those who have not seen the news, or for those who may not know what we're alluding to, this will also be the first time that it is heard in this very room by this incredible audience. We know that a key to Foxconn's success as the world's largest electronics manufacturer and solutions provider is our global network of partnerships. In part, that's what Honghai Tech Day is all about. It's not only a celebration of Foxconn's accomplishments, but it's also a celebration of the accomplishments of our partners. This new partnership is meant to solve problems. Number one, AI infrastructure components and its demand is outpacing supply. This is a problem. Number two, this partnership will strengthen the domestic supply chains across the United States and accelerate the deployment of advanced AI systems. I'm from the United States, and I can tell you that as of 2025, Foxconn's presence in America remains strong. And as our chairman has said, the US remains a key region that is part of this technology group's global presence. Over 6,500 men and women in the United States work at Foxconn with manufacturing operations in 6 states. We are proud of our server production development that is taking place in Texas, Wisconsin, and California. We are proud of our presence in Ohio, which is now positioned as a place for future AI infrastructure manufacturing. And we are proud of the Foxconn employees who work in Indiana and Virginia. This partnership is good for our business in the US, our business globally, and is mutually beneficial. This partnership takes place with a company that we are all familiar with. This partnership takes place with a company that is a leader in foundation models for artificial intelligence, a company that is led by a visionary who continues to push the envelope of human innovation to deliver a product that brings our human race closer to new frontiers with tools that will also position Foxconn as a continued leader in the ICT industry. That company is represented here by a very special guest who will deliver the honor of introducing that visionary leader's video message and our announcement. So thus, without further ado, please give a roaring Honghai Tech Day welcome to Alex Brown, head of APAC, GTM, and partnerships from Foxconn's newest partner, OpenAI.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Andy Brown. I lead go-to-market and partnerships at OpenAI across Asia Pacific. It's an honor to join you here at Honghai Tech Day. Foxconn is the world's leading electronics manufacturer, and we're proud to have today announced a partnership that will help strengthen global supply chains and meet both existing and future needs across the industry. The pace of progress in AI is accelerating, and demand for the systems and hardware that power it is growing just as quickly. We're excited for what we can create together as we explore what next-generation AI infrastructure will look like. To share more about this collaboration and the vision ahead, here is a short message from our CEO, Sam Altman.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I can't be with you all in person for Honghai Tech Day, but it was great to be with Chairman Yang at our headquarters in San Francisco recently. We talked about the rapid progress we're seeing in AI right now, and we signed the new agreement that we're announcing together today. We are proud to work with Foxconn, the world's leading electronics manufacturer, to design and build the next generation of AI hardware in the United States. Demand for critical components in AI infrastructure is already far outpacing supply, and we expect that will only continue over the coming years. This agreement is about strengthening the supply chains to meet the existing and future needs across the AI industry. This field is progressing very quickly. Just 3 years ago this month, we released ChatGPT. Before that, few people had used AI. Today, 800 million people around the world use our tools each week to learn, to create, and to build. And while AI is already bringing a lot of value to people around the world, there's huge potential ahead as the technology continues to advance, from accelerating scientific discoveries to increasing productivity across the global economy. As these models become more capable, they'll require new and more hardware to support them, new racks, new cooling, power systems, and more, and a strong supply chain behind all of it. To keep pushing the frontier, we need to build these new types of AI infrastructure hardware at scale, and I'm excited for that to happen in the US and with Foxconn. Foxconn's experience building complex infrastructure and hardware at massive scale makes them the ideal partner for this, and I'm looking forward to exploring together what this can look like. We'll share insight into emerging hardware needs across the AI industry, and Foxconn will use that to design and prototype new equipment that can be manufactured in America. The hardware that powers advanced AI infrastructure will play an important role in ensuring this technology is widely accessible and benefits all of humanity. As we look to 2026, I see extraordinary potential ahead of us. This partnership would not have been possible without Chairman Young's vision and deep understanding of AI and its potential. I'm incredibly excited about what this work will help create in the future as we work to bring AI's benefits to people everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Andy, for joining Foxconn to make this exciting announcement. Thank you for your collaboration, and thank you for your visionary leadership to the future. Now, before I begin my second session, I am going to need a little bit of audience participation. So I hope we're ready. But by a show of hands, from the thousands of people who are here in this audience today, and don't be shy, how many of us have a 5-star Uber rating? Oh, okay, so Seki, we got one. Jesse, I see a few in the back. All right, that's good. That's really good. I have to admit, as I was coming here this morning, taking an Uber to this convention center, I did check my Uber rating, and it's not a 5-star. I don't even want to tell you what it is. But it is certainly my goal to deliver for you a 5-star talk, and we at Foxconn would not be able to do that if it were for this 5-star audience, our 5-star partners, our stakeholders, and a gentleman who I'm going to introduce very shortly. 3 weeks ago, Foxconn, with global partners Stellantis, NVIDIA, and Uber, announced an MOU that will steer us closer to a future of autonomous mobility. Or put another way, a world whereby all of us can access reliable and safe robotaxis, a self-driving rideshare. We are familiar with who these players are and what they bring to a partnership. Stellantis, with global vehicle manufacturing know-how. NVIDIA, and their autonomous vehicle development platform and software purpose-built for L4 autonomy. And then there is, of course, Uber, with their operational experience managing massive ride-hailing networks, accounting for billions of trips worldwide. Such scale is incredible and a crucial element to this partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, autonomous mobility remains a strategic priority within Foxconn's electric vehicle program. More so, autonomous mobility is a core to our pursuit to provide and contribute to the future of smart cities. But what is Foxconn's role in this initiative? The answer is consistent with something that we have heard throughout this entire morning. Wherever you look, no matter what stone you turn over, when it comes to artificial intelligence,鴻海Technology Group is a force And鴻海Technology Group has a seat at the table doing its part to manufacture AI infrastructure that enables industry to accelerate innovation. In the case of robotaxi, the AI that makes the product autonomous is enabled by Foxconn's AI infrastructure hardware. This collaboration demonstrates that Foxconn is your turnkey solution and system integration partner. Foxconn can enable OEMs to bring robotaxi products to market with faster time to market while optimizing time to cost by the nature of the role we play in supplying the world with AI infrastructure. AI infrastructure is not always something that we can touch. AI infrastructure is not always something we can see. But when AI infrastructure works and it supports an ecosystem of partnerships that renders a product or a solution that does work, that's when all of you can trust that existing and new customers will continue to ask Foxconn to be their trusted partner. The theme, after all, of this year's鴻海Tech Day 2025 is accelerating imagination. So in closing, let's imagine that someday a safe and reliable robotaxi will become your mode of transportation as you move from your home to wherever your life's journey takes you on that particular day. And speaking of journeys, our journey continues because it is now my esteemed pleasure to introduce our very special guest and partner, Anke, head of Uber's international business and AI solutions, to talk about Uber's contribution to accelerating imagination.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Robert, for the kind introduction. It's a pleasure to be here in Taipei, Nangang, one of the world's greatest centers of technology, innovation, and design, and of course, food. And it's also a pleasure to be visiting as a partner of Foxconn, one of the world's greatest companies. Like many of you, I feel I have grown up using products built by Foxconn, devices that have powered nearly every modern digital experience. The scale and energy of this conference reflects this legacy. This year, Tech Day comes at a very special and exciting time. As Robert mentioned, just last month, Uber, NVIDIA, Foxconn, and Stellantis came together to announce a partnership that will help write the next chapter in the world's autonomous future. Together, we are combining world-class hardware, AI, and platform expertise to accelerate the responsible rollout of autonomous mobility. It's early days, but the potential is extraordinary. Fleets built with Foxconn's manufacturing excellence, powered by NVIDIA's AI platforms, and connected through Uber's global network. It's a collaboration that brings the future closer, grounded truly in safety and trust. For Uber, this partnership is core part of our long-term platform strategy, connecting next-generation vehicles, AI systems, and large-scale demand in a single network that spans the globe. Today, AV trips represent just a small fraction of the millions of trips that take place on Uber platform every single day. But it's also very clear that we are already on a commercial pathway that builds directly on what we already do best, which is orchestrating trips at an incredible scale with precision, safety, and efficiency. By integrating NVIDIA's L4-ready architecture and Foxconn's advanced manufacturing and system integration capabilities into our ecosystem, we are building a model where autonomous vehicles can enter Uber's network seamlessly, operate safely, and deliver stronger unit economics over time. We're also working with NVIDIA to build what we call a data foundry, or a shared AI engine that will process and learn from billions of real-world driving miles on the Uber platform. Built on NVIDIA's Cosmos Foundation model framework, it will help us train and validate the next generation of L4 autonomous systems. These partnerships make it possible truly to move from experimentation to scaled deployment quickly. They align perfectly with our strategy to make Uber not just the largest mobility network in the world, but the smartest and the most capital efficient one. And sometime in the future, who knows, 5 years, 10 years from now, maybe even sooner, many of us here might arrive at Honhai Tech Day in an autonomous vehicle built through the partnership between Uber, Foxconn, NVIDIA, and Stellantis. It's a privilege to share the stage with so many innovators here in Taipei. Thank you, Foxconn. Thank you, Robert. And as Uber, we look forward to traveling the road ahead together. Thank you.
Thank you, Uber. And for our next session, I would now like to introduce Dr. Xie, our Chief Digital Officer from Honghai Technology Group. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, founder, chairman, and our guests. I'm Shi Zhe, head of the Smart Manufacturing Platform. Before I start, I want to ask a question. Are you excited about all the computational powers and AI capabilities Honghai and the partner is providing today? Are you? For myself, thanks. For myself, I'm very excited to use that to change our factories. Smart Manufacturing Platform is one of the smart intelligent platforms of our Honghai Group. The core of the platform is a super brand powered by our AI factories. The engine of the AI-ready platform that powers 3 cutting-edge capabilities, which is manufacturing AI, agentic AI, and the physical AI. Together, this enables the deep integration of generative AI across Foxconn's factories. Now you see, we are building intelligent solutions based on the smart manufacturing platform for our factories. For example, here you see, we have 8 different applications. This includes generative AI for advanced scheduling, flexible manufacturing system, factory GPT, and autonomous operation AI for intelligent decision making. Together, they improve our manufacturing capability and maximizing efficiency. But today, before we talk about platform, more importantly, I want to talk about physical AI. I think we are entering an era of physical AI, which is embodied intelligence. This means that AI empowers robots, machines, automation equipment, has the ability to sense, to understand, and to act by themselves. At Foxconn, our chairman mentioned, we have 3 levels of physical AI in our factories. Let me tell you. Number 1, level 1, is a fixed motion and automation. Speed, precision, and repeatability is a major focus for that. Number 2, we add sensing, control, enable basic flexibility and adaptability to response. And level 3, we integrate all the AI capabilities. We put perception, decision-making, and learning, allowing system to self-adjust and to do complex scenario problems in real applications. In level 1, you see here, the AI-powered path planning has significantly enhanced our robots and the machines to do more stable work. Now we develop it to EDM and the metal processing. And in level 2, since understanding AI increase flexibility and efficiency in cable assembly and precision assembly in our factory. Level 3, most excited scenario. Multimodal AI enables humanoids and collaborative robots to autonomously execute complex scenarios or applications, including intelligent warehousing and beyond. Right now, we see the capabilities of physical AI, so we are expanding our physical AI capabilities to our most advanced factories, lighthouse factories around the world, more than 100 lighthouse factories. But you see here, apparently, robots' capabilities is continue to advance. The range of applications is expanding. To achieve the optimal performance, not only we need robots, not only we need scenarios, we all need training and simulation. This is heavily rely on the computational power. So today, I'm really happy to invite our guests from NVIDIA to the stage to share their solutions and visions for physical AI. Let's welcome Spencer Huang from NVIDIA. Thank you, Spencer.
Hey,
thanks.
Good morning. Thank you for
Please
having
share
me.
more about your stories.
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hanhai Tech Day 2025. I'm super excited to be here to talk to you about the types of problems that we see in robotics that we're hoping to solve together with partners like Foxconn. We're looking at a great set of challenges that lie ahead of us for the next stage of robotics. And so one of the things that I just want to take a step back on is what exactly are we looking at in terms of where we started and where we want to go. So we know that physical AI is the next wave. We've seen the advent of LLM and ChatGPT. We know all of the benefits and all of the great technologies and the great solutions that it's offering us. And now we're starting to learn how can we apply this intelligence to the physical systems that are going to help us build and interact with the world around us in the future. And we also know that this is going to be a large industry. Robots are going to be everywhere. They're going to be in industry, they'll be in hospitals, they'll be in our houses, they're going to be on and off world. Robots are effectively the future of humanity in the way that we're going to be interacting with our world and the way that we can go and turn the world and all of the future solutions into things that are new industries that don't exist today. And the reason is because anything that we could automate up until today has largely been limited by the way that we can describe the processes to the robots themselves. Whether it's conventional robot programming, waypoint programming, where you want to show a robot by taking it from point A to point B and having it remember, it's only gotten us so far. But where we are today is extremely impressive, but there's still much more to go. And so in the next set of autonomous robotic solutions, we need to start thinking of how can we apply autonomy at every stage. We often talk about Project Groot at NVIDIA, if you're familiar with our humanoid project. This is an endeavor, a long-term vision of how can we start solving for autonomy for the humanoid embodiment. But along the way, NVIDIA believes that we can take all of these valuable technologies and bring them back into industry today so that way we can apply them to the problems that we see today where they still have no solutions. And so we look at this in physical robotics, or in physical AI for robotics, as our three-computer solution. You need a computer that allows you to train the brain. You need another computer that allows you to simulate the robot inside of a simulated environment that's physically accurate prior to actually deploying to the real world. And then, of course, you need the hardware that allows you to then take all of this intelligence, put it onto the robot, deploy it into the real world, and start really doing valuable tasks. But one of the main challenges still holds us back is going to be data. And we've heard about it in a few previous speakers. You're going to hear about it probably all throughout the conference. And the reason is because physical AI is inherently at odds with the corpus of data that we started with for LLMs. When we started with LLMs, we had the luxury that humanity has written down and recorded our history for most of our lifetime. And so we were able to treat and train these agents off of information that already existed. For physical AI, it's much different. We don't really have much in the way of a large data set that allows us to describe the physical world around us. We don't have much data on how we interact with the world, whether we're touching it, how hard you're interacting with an object. We don't have much information because we never really had means to record it, we never had means to generate it, and we never had means to augment it, meaning that whatever small bits of information you can capture, how can we turn that into large amounts of information synthetically? And so we look at this as the robotics data challenge. When you think of ChatGPT 1.0, pre-training was essentially taking all of humanity's knowledge and baking it up into one initial, the very, very first baseline for what we'd consider large language model intelligence. But for physical robots, we're still not quite there. When we think of physical AI, we think of what are the types of atomic skills that we're going to require in order for us to have useful robots doing useful tasks in complex environments. And unfortunately, we still don't have that today. And so we're fighting on two fronts. One, we need to be able to capture data that allows us to build up a baseline that gives us general autonomous intelligence. That way, we can start post-training all of these baseline intelligence to be doing more vertically specific tasks, things that are going to be much more complicated, like industrial manufacturing, right? Everything that we're going to be talking about for smart manufacturing is absolutely on this extremely specialized tasking side, because it's not just general pick and place. You're not just picking an object and putting it down, but you need to do extremely high fidelity, extremely accurate assembly tasks. You need to do extremely precise manufacturing tasks that have to be predictable, safe, and easy to deploy at scale. And so what we build at NVIDIA is a platform called NVIDIA Isaac, and we've broken it up into essentially three core parts. The first is that we believe that you need to have these open robot foundation models. When we're working with Foxconn, we want to be able to bring a baseline intelligence for the types of tasks that are going to be applicable within the factories themselves, within the manufacturing lines themselves. It can't just be trying to retrain these models from scratch every time that you're trying to add a new task. There are simply too many tasks, and there are too many different areas that we need to apply it to. So first, we need to have a baseline intelligence. But how do we get there? We need to have simulation platforms and robot learning frameworks that allow us to train these robots and to train these skills inside of simulated environments at scale and faster than real time. If it takes a human 18 years to get through high school, another 7 years to get through school if you're going through a bachelor's, master's, and even further if you're going to a PhD, you've already spent 20-odd years just trying to learn how to get to your baseline. If we need every robot to go through 20 years of learning before it can actually become useful, we are already too far behind. And so this is where simulation really brings us this answer. The ability to simulate a robot is the same thing as saying, I can simulate something at faster than real time. How can I train a robot in 20 years' time but only spend a few hours in real time? And this is how we end up with scale. not scale on compute, but scale on tasks. And so you can think of it in two ways. One, the amount of tasks that are required for us to do valuable tasking inside of these industrial spaces is extremely large. And it doesn't just start with basic tasks. You have to create these compound, extremely complex tasks. And so one, the task is really complex. On the other side, in order to capture all the data for each of these tasks, it is exponentially greater than the tasks that you have. And the reason is because a single task can be applied to many different environments. When you're looking at a chef, they don't just know how to cook in one kitchen. They can cook across many kitchens, across many different domains, across many different regions. And so the skills themselves are transferable. And so this is why we need to have simulation platforms and these robot learning frameworks to allow us to train these skills, then apply them to all these different domains prior to actually deploying them into the real world. But in order for us to actually scale out all of the data and all of the simulation work that we have, having the foundational technology is not enough. We need to be able to have new ways of capturing the data and taking the data that we capture and multiplying it in simulation, and then augmenting this data in simulation to give it more diversity so that way that we can build up this data set. And so all three of these are essentially trying to solve for one of the problems that we were already blessed with in the beginning of LLMs, which is we didn't have the data that LLMs have, and so we have to build it ourselves. And so this is our way of trying to solve for this data gap, trying to save for the data problem by creating a set of platforms that allow all of us together to be able to generate and capture the data that's required in order to build out these necessary skills. But unfortunately, we can't just do that alone. NVIDIA is a platform company. We believe very, very heavily that we need to work with the ecosystem, and it makes even more sense for us to do this with robotics. And why is that? Because every robot that you're going to deploy, every task that you need to train and then deploy into a manufacturing facility is going to be dependent on so many different partners throughout the value chain. Whether it's the robot OEMs, the end effectors, the people that are making actuators, those that are simulating the platforms, bringing this to scale in cloud, all of these come together because as an ecosystem, we're able to start solving for this grand challenge. It's not a single company challenge, it's a grand challenge. And that's why working with Foxconn, it allows us to start solving for one of the most important and one of the hardest challenges out there, which is industrial manufacturing. Smart manufacturing has the unique position of being at odds with the way that we think of general tasking. So think of it like this. If you go on the internet, almost everything that we see that is common to our daily life, we could train to have a robot go into our house and maybe help us clean our house. But when you look at all of the fantastic technologies that Foxconn is working on, but the complex processes that go behind those technologies, none of that information is available on the internet, which means that we have to build these data pipelines and these data factories ourselves. And so this is why it makes a lot of sense for us at NVIDIA and Foxconn to be partnering together to be building the next wave, the next generation of industrial manufacturing and robotics and autonomy. Thank you all. Welcome to Hanhai Tech Day 2025. It's wonderful to be here.
Impressive. Very impressive, Spencer. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so
for
much.
sharing your visions and let us know how physical AI looks like.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
We can feel that robot industry is going so fast. AI brings significant change to the whole industry. We see the humanoids, we see the level 2 flexible robots, but we also see a fundamental change for the traditional robots and automation together with AI. So now, I want to invite our second guest speaker to the stage to share their journey on the physical AI. Let's welcome Mark Segura from ABB Robotics.
Hello, Dr.
Hey,
Shi.
welcome, Mark.
Nice to meet you.
A lot of change on the automation industry. Do you want to share more about your thoughts and your visions?
Yes.
Next stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shi, Chairman Liu, Foxconn team. It's an honor for us to be here to explain you our today's vision of the factory of the future of ABB Robotics. Why I say today's vision? Because we've been 50 years around, so we've been building many factories of the future over the decades. In fact, in 1974, a group of pioneers, Swedish engineers, were made aware that Intel had produced the first CPU, and they thought this can be the way I can realize what today is understood as a modern robot, electrically driven by electrical motors, microprocessors control robots. So over decades, we've been developing to a global leader in industrial robotics. Today, our portfolio spans from different types of robots, SCADAs, large, middle, small, parallel robots, a big number of cobots, autonomous mobile robots, and beyond autonomous mobile manipulators. We have close to 200 different mechatronic embodiments in our platform. At the same time, we've been developing software and adding eyes, adding vision, adding embedded force control, so our robots become more and more intelligent. Through these decades, where we were, as many robot companies, grown in automotive, we have also developed new factories for new industries in food and beverage. Since 2008 and 2009, the development of consumer electronics, later on in logistics, and today going in other frontiers like lab sciences and healthcare. As ABB today, we see two pillars for the factory of the future. On one hand, the autonomous and versatile robots. Robots that are beyond precision, safety, and accuracy to become intelligent, autonomous, and adaptable. And coping with that, the next step of robot simulation towards a hyper-realistic digital twin. The two things put together are enabling the factory that we are all dreaming on. So let's start with autonomous mobile robot with a quick video.
At ABB, we're creating the future of AI-powered robotics today. Advancing mobility, deepening understanding, and enhancing capability. Combining the latest in hardware with the smartest in AI-powered software. From accelerating scientific discoveries to building faster and more affordable homes and keeping business moving. Our robots don't just see, they recognize objects and can pick, hold, sort, and move them with precision. Our robots don't just act on programming, they understand the world around them in 3 dimensions. They build their own maps to navigate in real time. And they learn from what you tell them or show them, with the versatility to switch between a range of tasks in real time and the autonomy to get the job done without intervention. ABB robots will do more things, in more places, and do it faster, safer, and smarter, in a new era of AI-powered versatility and independence that we call autonomous versatile robotics.
Autonomous versatile robots. Why did we choose this name? Because autonomy and versatility are not the same thing. And as people think now about the full-fledged robot that can do anything, in industry, return of investment matters. So we wanted to break down the concepts and making sure that we have individual products that you can put together to achieve the full autonomy and versatility. Autonomy is the capability of a robot to perform a task without human intervention in a changing environment. Robotics was about the structured environments. Autonomy is about unstructured and changing environments. While versatility is the ability of a robot to change from one task to another task without human intervention. When you put those things together, and of course including mobility, that's the vision we have for modern and futuristic robotics. That future is already here. We are commercializing and deploying many of these ABR products in the world. The first I want to mention is a non-AI product, as much as this is not cool these days, but it's a very important level of autonomy and dexterity. We use it in electronics assembly in many of the Foxconn plants, and it consists on giving the robots the vision combined with the force to do very delicate assembly. Can you imagine what it takes to build the phones that Foxconn builds? Well, we do that combining vision, giving the robot the image of the part, having sensitivity on the robot with force control, measuring the currents of the motors, and combining that at speed of milliseconds, be able to have that sensitivity like a human touch to assemble perfectly and seamlessly. That's already kind of degree of autonomy because you can cope with material variations, deformations, and still insert precisely. We have developed our range of mobile robots, and what's really particular of them is their mapping and localization capabilities. We call that visual SLAM, visual simultaneous localization and mapping. The autonomous robots are equipped with cameras that see the world in 3D. They create cloud points, and these cloud points go through, of course, neural networks to understand. Not only they have a very robust navigation that requires no infrastructure, you just open them and they go, but they are also sharing the plans. The fleet sees a common map. We have factories in the US who have hundreds of AMRs deployed with kilometers of factory map sharing the maps together. And that swarm intelligence is, of course, bringing additional yield. But not only that, when you give eyes to robot and brain to robot, the mobile robot also has a semantic understanding of the world. And that has very obvious applications. When a mobile robot, be without an arm or with an arm, has to navigate amongst us, if they would recognize that a person is a person or a box is a box and can put semantic attributes, it can take intelligent decisions. Simple ones like collision avoidance. If I need to avoid an obstacle, I'm most probably going to go to the non-animated object like a box versus going to a person, and so on and so forth. Visual SLAM is not only about localization and mapping. The visual navigation is enabling all these AI features. Another example of vision is what we launched is iMotion platform. Robots need to have eyes. Vision is a default capability of robots, but we know what we dream of and we know what reality was. Integrating vision in robots was still today tedious task of calibration, program coding, and so on. This has to stop if we want to go fully autonomous. With the OmniCore iMotion, we have integrated in our RobotWare and Robot Studio platforms two things that need to go hand in hand. Seeing the part, vision, plus creating a collision-free path planning. That's very important because just seeing the object out of the clutter is not enough. You need to have automatically the robot creating a path to get there. And that's what OmniCore iMotion does. You've got robots moving, you've got robots seeing and creating autonomous, avoiding collisions. And of course, with the advent of generative AI, suddenly everything explodes. All this that is amazing just can be maximized. The first thing we are using, and you might have seen on the media, is to enable large language models to be used to talk to the robots. By talking to the robots, we lower the barriers of skills that are need to train and deploy robots because the language will be turned into programming code. And this is already something that is possible and that we are going to launch next year. All these things, of course, end up into the foundation models. We're using LLMs. The next step is to use VLMs, visual language models. We're also doing that in partnership with Landing AI, a startup from Silicon Valley, where we are taking all the images from internet, going through visual language models, so then the robots can automatically see and detect the objects. And then with iMotion, you create an automatic path towards that. That is the first pillar of the factory of the future. And as you see, you will tailor the needs of autonomy and versatility to your application. So you don't need to have what you don't need. And if you need to have it all, you're also going to have it. The other pillar of the next step of the factory of the future is evolving what has been a fantastic robot simulation tool, our tool Robot Studio, to become even more value creative. And how we do that? By adding hyperrealism and physics into the robotic simulation. Robot Studio simulation can simulate with high accuracy of motion and precision robot motion. So basically, we are closing the gap from sim to real. There's a lot of talk about these days about the gap between simulation and reality. And if that gap is not narrow enough, then there's big, big value lost in between. What we want to do is to enhance, working with some great partners, stay tuned for Q1, that Robot Studio incorporates properties of the physical properties of the material, so the product itself. If you're going to weld, if you're going to debore, if you're going to polish, we're going to have those physical properties so you can design offline and even prototype inline, which will shorten the cycle times. With this hyperrealism, we will improve the simulations. We will be simulating light, shadows. We will have synthetic data from virtual cameras. And with this, we shorten the time for designing. We enable more co-engineering, and also we reduce the deployment time. We then also are enabled to train visual language action models, foundation models, and because with Robot Studio we have this fidelity, high fidelity of motion, then you get what you have simulated in the real. If you put the autonomous versatile robots and the hyper-realism together, then you get what is the vision of the factory of the future. If you put together the robot simulation, hyper-realistic one, you shorten the design cycle times, you improve the quality of the simulation, so you can even avoid physical prototypes, so you cut cost, you cut time, you improve quality. But also, when you deploy that versatility of the robot that can cope with edge cases that you have trained in the AI of the simulation will allow the robot also to maximize yield. You don't have to worry anymore about material variations. You don't have to worry about incoming parts. You will be able to detect variances and work around them autonomously. When you digitalize all that also, and you've got this architecture of mobile robots with processed robots, you can think about a very flexible factory. A factory that can scale up and down, where you can route the products to the different process stations to produce different products in a very short time. Scalability in capacity, and at the same time, diversity of products. All digitalized with a digital twin and autonomous versatile robots, closing the gap from simulation to reality. This is our vision for the factory of the future, and we will be honored to work with all of you in making that happen. We've got some demos there and much more to come, but for now, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank
Wonderful
you,
talk. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks. I think Mark showed us the potentials of all the physical AIs. Very impressive work. I really look forward to work with his team to change the industry. Now you see what we've done. I'm very confident. You see, we built a triangle, very stable, right? We built a triangle for a physical AI. Here, you see, we have a closed-loop physical AI SWAT. Foxconn, NVIDIA, and the ABB. Together, we are shaping a smarter, more connected, and data-driven future for global manufacturing. Last year, here at HHTD, we shared our collaboration with Alphabet Intrinsic, Siemens, and the Project Genesis with BCG. Today, they are all here. Together with Intrinsic, we build a platform to shift from product-specific solution to a general-purpose automation solutions, which gives us an eventual goal of full factory orchestration and automation. And we have one more thing forward. Today, we want to announce we have a joint venture company together with Alphabet Intrinsic that will build the intelligent factory of the future. And Intrinsic CEO Wendy, she's here today with us. Thanks, Wendy. Cannot wait to work with your team to change the world. Thanks. With Siemens, we aim to bridge IT and OT, enable the rapid development of industrial business applications. We provide an algorithm library to accelerate implementation while ensuring AI safety through systematic validation and governance. Now you see the platform. This is our vision for the smart manufacturing platform. It's an AI-intensive manufacturing ecosystem. We established the central manufacturing AI app store, bring together internal and external AI agents and applications. With BCG, our Project Genesis is gradually moving towards our goal. Throughout this journey, we feel we are simultaneously upgrading our IT/OT infrastructures, driving organizational transformation. Next, let's look at the video of the Project Genesis.
Over the last 50 years, Foxconn has become the world's largest and most efficient electronic manufacturing service provider, anchored in deep expertise with over 1 million skilled technicians. Last year, we launched Genesis, Foxconn's AI-powered reinvention of smart manufacturing, redefining competitive core for the next 50 years, fusing advanced AI and next-generation robotics into our operations. This vision is already becoming a reality. AI agents are optimizing injecting molding equipment, SMT quality, CNC efficiency, and more domains, based in decades of know-how captured in knowledge graphs. At the same time, our first industrial agentic AI system is live, orchestrating multiple domain-specific agents into one intelligent decision network. What once required cross-functional meetings now happens instantly, making objective, data-driven decisions, executing low-risk actions, and inviting managers to co-pilot when it matters most. Together with robotics integrated into the physical world, the factory of the future is coming alive, smart, connected, and cognitive. We are rolling out AI agents from one site to move more than 10 factories worldwide, using a simple platform that makes it easy to deploy computing power, process data for AI, and tune each agent for local needs. And we're transforming how we work, cultivating new talent, and redefining intelligent manufacturing services. This is Genesis, with our partners worldwide pushing the boundaries of smart manufacturing. Join us on Honhai Tech Day to see this in action.
Now you see, this is a real AI-intensive industrial internet. Now I'm not only excited, I'm in a hurry to go back to the factory to do my works. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to work with you. Thanks.
Teddy-san, Yan-san, everyone, 大家好. Last year, Andy, chairman of Foxtron, introduced two reference designs of CDMS, Model D and Model U. Those cars sitting on front entrance. And this year, Model A for affordables, taxi versions, logistic version, and personal use. How do you think? Thank you. Model A is a B-segment MPV, multi-purpose vehicle, one of the most selling category in Japan, Southeast Asia, and India. We electrify this car with 42 kilowatt battery and 135 kilowatt motor. Let me explain more about unique sales point of this car. I am very heavy user of Uber in Taiwan, rating 5 by the way. And ordering Uber by app, if I find Model C and 7 is matched, I'm so glad because it's very spacious. Particularly when we are 3 or 4 people, all other cars are too tight. Model C is okay. Perhaps many of you have been to Japan. Then at the stations or airport, you have to make a line to get the taxis. In Japan, there are still many poor sedan taxis. Tight, difficult to get in, get out, and not enough space for luggage. But when I luckily get the Japan taxis, yeah, because it's a spacey, easy to get in, get out, and same charge. Probably you have same experience in Taiwan or Japan or both. With those experience, we prioritize spacious is our #1 priorities. Comparison with top competitor in same categories, our car is 100 millimeter wider and 50 millimeter longer wheelbase. That create this outstanding spaciousness. Look at this. Floor is completely flat and 2-class upper space. Please, let me inspire you a little more. What brings a spaciousness? Look at the left. You can come in the car with very large baggage. When you are in a hurry, this helps you to save time a lot. Look at the right one. Mother can bring baby push cart without foldings. Imagine, it's raining. It's disaster for mommy. Mommy must put in a baby in the car, folding push cart, put in the luggage, and she have to do it again when she gets off. Pity mommy, very wet. But our car allow mommy to avoid all of those. MPV need to be spacey and convenient, but we are offering more space and more convenience with very affordable price. This spacious is consistent with Foxtron's lineups as Foxconn EV DNA. That's our unique sales point #1. #2, its design. MPV need to be, MPV is a category chosen by usability, how easy, how convenient to use, but design is still very important for long lastings. For long lastings, too much accent is not effective, but simple and smooth, those are very important. Look at this side face. No gaps, no steps for glass and window. Look at the front headlight, side rail, and rear combinations. Just simple and straight. Even logistic versions, while we are providing extreme usability and tall height, all rounding edge from corners, switches, and panels all are consistent. This is emphasizing Foxconn is ICT background EV builders. And this is also Foxconn design DNA, consistent with Model T and Model U. USP 3 is a performance. We are adapting very strong sharp technology motor and batteries. This is motor, 6-in-1, 135 kilowatt. Uniqueness is revolution, 18,000 RPM with over 13 reduction rate. Usually it's 12,000 and 11. High revolution with large reduction rate create a big torque. So we successfully made motor very compact. Weight is only 60 kilograms. Usually 135 6-in-1 is 80 to 85 kilograms. This compactness also contributes not only for lightweight, weight reduction, but also turning radius. As I explained, our body is bigger. That creates space, yes. But some people don't like it because big body spoiled agility. But our case, it is not. Thanks for super compact motors, our turning radius stay only 4.9 meters. Competitor 5 to 5.4 meter with much less width and wheelbase. On top, this creates an extra crushing space in a bonnet that contributes NCAP to be 5-star. This is battery, 42 kilowatt LFP. This is very thin. So step height stay 400 millimeter and less. But most selling point is charging time, 20 minutes with 400 volt. 20 minutes, 800 volt is not difficult, but expensive. Maintaining affordability with 400 volt, we successfully compressed charging time to 20 minutes or less. Usually this is 28 to 30 minutes. Last unique sales point is advanced e-architectures. In order to make cars smarter, software will only increase. It's reaching 500 million lines. 500 million lines, 5 億 lines in a car. SDV requires those huge software to be updatable and upgradable. Key to execute this is how to integrate controller. We are latecomer for old world, but sometimes latecomer has advantage. Luckily, we have no legacy from old-fashioned EEA, while most of OEM does. This is our zonal control. Successfully integrated, we have only 28 ECUs, including some small one in the sensor. Usually it's 150 to 200. Based on this advanced E architecture, we develop smarter SDB and software. Let's talk about the smart EV a little. As an example, please imagine, think about battery and its damage. Generally, battery nature is same. For example, smartphones. If you make a complete empty, you damage battery a lot. If you make a always full charge, then even using with cables, you damage. On top, like EVs, when you give a quick charge, while battery is very hot, you damage battery a lot. You don't want to damage batteries of course, but you don't know when you are damaging batteries. As part of smartness, our battery talk to you before you damage.
Hi, Dad. I need to talk to you.
What happened, my princess?
I'm very hot since you are driving fast and braking strong repeatedly.
Oh, sorry, my princess. I promise I cool you down.
Thank you, Dad, but Remaindelec is very low. You may force me quick charge.
Oh, no, my princess. I promise not to charge you until you cool down.
Okay, thanks, Dad. Now I go back to IVI. See you at home.
Of course, this baby girl is avatar of battery. You can select either sexy ladies or suspense voice like, hey, you are damaging me, something like that. But, battery damage is money because that spoils your car's resale values. Our car talk to you before you lose money. That's smart battery management system we are developing. Besides this, we have a smart thermal control, smartphone ecosystems, and many. We don't install unnecessary connectivity or SDB unless you feel it's convenient. Everything are only for user benefit. We are going to communicate these smart technology to outside through MIH after obtaining visibility of our patent. We take patent not to dominate this technology, but prevent someone to dominate technologies. We believe these smart technology need to be opened, accelerate EV sales globally. So that's our Model A, reference design for CDMS customer, spacious, simple design for long lastings, and high performance, and advanced EEA with smart software. We have been receiving many requests from our potential CDMS customer to use these for taxis, logistics, and personal use. We would like to hear from you today and tomorrow. Please give us your voice, advice, request to make this car better. 谢谢大家. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have one more good news today. Last year, we invited ZF Foxconn chassis module as our new family. Egdorf spoke his new growth plan, if you remember. This year, we invite MFTBC, Mitsubishi FUSO Bus and Truck Company, as our new business partner. We released an announcement in August that we agreed MOU to work together for EV bus in Japan, and it's moving as expected. Today, representing MFTBC, Koura-san is on stage. Koura-san, come on stage.
FUSO 是日本最大的做货车，也做 bus.
Welcome.
See you again. Thank you very much.
Koura-san is the head of bus business of MFTBC and my important business partner. Koura-san, can you brief about your company and your vision of EV bus? Stage is yours.
Thank you, Seki-san. Of course, it's my pleasure to talk about my companies. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Katsuto Koura. Today we look and hear about many collaborations, partnership of Honhai Group. Just on the stage, another collaboration is coming because my name is Koura. Everybody can understand. This is exactly same pronunciation of Coca-Cola. So you cannot forget my name. Huh? Please remember my name at least, if you forgot Mitsubishi FUSO. But okay, first of all, Chairman, Seki-san, and the friends of all of the Honhai Group members, congratulations for today's Honhai Tech Day 2025. I also very much proud and also happy to take this opportunity to talk about my company, Mitsubishi FUSO Truck and Bus, and also our challenges. But I understand many guys, what is a Mitsubishi FUSO? Worry about. Who are you? Huh? We are commercial vehicles OEM maker in Japan. FUSO brand have more than 90 years experience and histories. And we are proud of FUSO, not only in Japan, but very much international, globally. We are located in Kawasaki in Japan as a headquarters of our company, and also main our plant for FUSO brand truck manufacturing. Also, we have the facility of development, testing, spare parts plant, also KD plant as well in Japan. My responsibility is bus. Regarding for the bus, there is Mitsubishi FUSO bus manufacturing. They are one of our subsidiary, and then they are produced our FUSO brand bus in Toyama, of course in Japan. They also have the more than 17 years of the long history with super high quality production. Of course, we have to be very much global. We are part of the Daimler Truck Group. And then we have the synergy of the vehicle technology and also the sales network in the global. Oh, back, sorry. This is our sales network. We are Mitsubishi FUSO have around 250 outlets in Japan, and also more than 2,500 outlets through more than 170 markets. We are covering not only Japan from the north to south, but also that we are covering very much globally widely. This is our strength, really. We have strong sales network. We have strong after-sales network. We are communicating with customer. We are doing the B2C business, by the way. So we are communicating with customers daily and also deeply. And also, we are taking care whole life of customer's vehicle. This means we are taking care customer's business itself. Anytime, customer centricity. This is our company's of the most biggest philosophy. This is our lineup. This is our history. This is our children. I would like to touch later on a bit for my responsibility of the bus. But before going to that, I have to bit short introduce our history and also the innovation. FUSO itself is started from bus in 1932. Today, we are already implemented very much stylish bus, coach bus, but started this long history. So FUSO is bus. And also, our product have very much safety features. Why? So much for we are sensitive for safety features innovations. Because this is one of the key for the customers, especially for the bus customers, because bus is carrying the people. Everyone expected to move safely to their destinations, but this expectation is nothing special, very normal, but must be secured. That is the reason why we are very much sensitive, and then we are taking a long time to develop and also innovated our safety features. But not only that, we are also very much environment friendly and then challengers. We are first producer of light-duty trucks of the EV, so-called e-Canter, in 2017. And this year's, just last month, at the Japan Mobility Show in Tokyo, we introduce our challengings for 2 heavy-duty trucks of hydrogen power. This is concept bigger, but we are show up to the globally what is our challengings. We are every time try to be pioneer with frontier spirit. Okay, let's back to our bus. From left-hand side, from yours. This is our heavy-duty coach bus. We are getting #1 share of the market, and then this is our flagship product of the bus. The middle one is our heavy-duty city bus. Unfortunately, we are not top, but we have to become necessary to champion. And then this is the really market. We are looking for the potential for the collaborate with Honhai Group. The last one is a Rosa. This is the light-duty shuttle bus. Today, we also the #1 the markets, but also we are looking for the potential for the collaborate with Honhai Group as well. So, I would like to touch a little bit numbers. This is our achievement. We are very much in a growth, especially after the COVID-19. We are tremendously increasing our volumes and the share of the market. This is, of course, all of Mitsubishi FUSO's team's members' effort. This is our achievement. But it's not enough. If we are looking for environment, the expectation about the carbon neutral is the growing, both in Japan and worldwide. And bus, if I'm talking about the bus business, I cannot talk not only the numbers, because we are very much supporting the society. And it is necessary to get acceptance and also the trust from the society as a brand. But on the other hand, we are doing the business. That is also true. So we have to be more strong. We are still very much hungry. That is the reason why we are very much looking forward to do collaboration with Honhai Group. As you already know, in this August, we already announced our collaboration MOU signed it. I believe FUSO and Honhai's collaboration is leading the expansion of the market of the ZEV. Again, please remember what I said of the strengths of the FUSO. We have a history. We have experience of the bus business. We have the capability of development, production, sales, after sales. We know market, we know customers. What is the strength of the Honghai Group? Yes, you already know today. Honghai have the technology, tremendous network globally in our areas, a lot. So I believe that is the reason why I'm believing that both companies' collaboration itself is both are becoming the stronger, and we are leading the market much better. So, these two models you already know very well. We are trying to collaborate for this model and then expand the market. That is our mission, and then this is our exciting. At the end, I would like to say cheers, kanpai for both companies' succession for the futures. Thank you very much for your attention. And 谢谢、どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you. Thank you, Kono-san. Not so much word necessary. We just need execution. In near future, you see Model T, Model U in Japan. We do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. What a nice car. How do you like it? How do you like these three cars? You know, after we develop our own Model C and Model B, and we felt after seeing the Model A, we felt the details and the culture really makes big difference. Please, later after this meeting, go after this talk, please go and appreciate the fine details of these Model A's. This is from Japan, from our team from Japan, and it will be for Japan. Okay, thank you, Seki-san. Thank you for your work on this Model A. I think it will be doing very well. And now I have to follow our tradition like last year. I'm going to speak in Mandarin now. Okay. 非常谢谢大家。我知道时间有一点晚了哦，我也想这个我们早上的活动尽量的快一点结束。但是我想在我这个结束之前呢，要跟我们这个刚刚上台跟我们这个介绍我们的合作的那些 partner 的 speakers 非常谢谢你们包括 Hiroshi-san, Alexis, Hans, Sam, Andy, and Kit, Spencer, Mark, and 可乐さん、コーラさん，谢谢你们来这个为我们分享很多 insight 那这个接下来呢，我们除了有 serve 一些我们的这个中餐之外，也有一个很安排的一个展区那这个展区呢，大概长这个样我们现在在这个座位区VVIP 或者 VIP 的座位区，待会呢，在我们的这一边会有这个几大展区，这里面包括展出我们在加工还有制造的 technology， 还有我们在 vertical integration 的 technology， 另外还有就是我们在未来科技上的一些展演希望大家能够好好的去这个品尝一下看看我们鸿海的科技它的深度还有它的广度好，最后谢谢大家。那我们第6届的 HHTD 这演讲就到这里结束。那欢迎大家明年我们此时再续好，谢谢大家。 他们提醒我了 ，one more thing 啊。最近因为我们帮 NVIDIA 做了新一代的 RTS car， 来打出来，目前大受欢迎，供不应求了。好，这个 RTX 的显卡，我们 Jensen 亲自签名，我们亲自带了这个显卡到美国，请他签名的这张显卡，就是我们明天的最大的一个奖。欢迎你们，欢迎你们的朋友来参加。如果这个运气好的话，你可以得到这个大奖，好不好啊？好，谢谢大家，谢谢。
谢谢各位贵宾莅临鸿海科技日的开幕活动。接下来，我们的主题展区即将开放，带您探索鸿海的现在与未来。也欢迎您到访我们的试乘体验区，亲身感受 Model B 与 Model C 的魅力。而我们的胖卡餐车区也已全面开放，欢迎贵宾自由取用。同时，也欢迎持橘色证件 VVIP 嘉宾入场。鸿海与华航联手打造的 VIP Lounge。下午我们安排了多场精彩的分论坛，诚挚邀请各位参与。最后，欢迎大家使用 HHTD App 填写开幕活动满意度问卷，完成后即可领取今年的活动伴手礼哦。谢谢大家的参与，祝福大家度过美好的一天。